You're listening to Main Character Manifesto, where we talk mindset, self-identity, and how to step into your power. I am your host, Ceci, your go-to life coach for real talk and major glow-ups. This is your space to get honest, get inspired, and get moving toward the life you know you're meant to live. Let's get into it.
Who's that girl? That's me. I'm on fire. I'm a hot girl. I'm a hot girl. I get anything I want. This is my world. I make big moves in my big heels. Since the day that I was born, I've been a big deal.
Let's do this. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is having a beautiful week so far. It has been a rough one for me, I think, because I don't know, but listen, I am all about the stars and the energy and everything going on. I definitely felt this retrograde that came through. And if you follow me on Instagram, I did post what my friend Samantha, who's a medium, she works with energy and she does tarot readings. She's amazing. She talked about how the planets that were moving around and all the things. I'm not going to go into that, but listen, I was feeling it. I was absolutely feeling it. I texted my friend and I was like, what is going on? And she's like, I know, I feel it too. So yeah, it's been wild. It's been wild for sure. For today's episode, I was thinking, I looked back at the other episodes that I've done, and the vision board episode was a very popular one. And when I was thinking about it, I realized that the person that I was at the beginning of the year is a totally different person than I am now. So when I was chatting with you guys, my besties, about my vision board and the things that I've been able to manifest and setting into action and all of the things that we want to do, I realized that there's only a few things that had manifested from my own vision board because my goals shifted. And that's totally okay. I think that's actually super important. Ideally, I think if we're able to do quick little check-ins with ourselves quarterly to see like where we are, let me look at my goals, let me look at my mindset, let me look at where I'm at. Do the goals that I set at the beginning of the year still align with the values that I have currently at the moment? And do they support the dreams that I want to build where I'm at now? And for me, I realized that they didn't. They were actually not in alignment. It wasn't what I was focused on. So I said, hey, why don't we talk about redirecting your vision board and revisiting it? And it's okay. That's actually a huge sign of growth. So get your vision board out, ladies, because we are pivoting. You are allowed to change your mind, and making these changes in real time is actually the most powerful thing that you can do because you're living in the moment and you're following your intuition towards the energy that feels aligned. Because at the end of the day, the vision board that you created at the beginning of the year may not define you anymore. It's okay to outgrow your goals. Now, this may not be for every single person. Some people might be like, no, like my vision board looks great. There's nothing that I want to change. We are good. Let's just keep it moving. And that's totally okay. But if you want to just take a peek and look through it and audit, maybe a lot of your goals and your desires have already come true. And maybe it's time to take those out and add new ones in. So it doesn't necessarily mean that your vision board doesn't completely align with you. For some of you, maybe it does mean that. For others, it just means that you have to swap things out because you're just so good at what you're doing that you need to put other things back in. And then for the rest of you that you're like, you know what, I'm okay. I'm good with just having like the things that I have there right now. And then I can just focus on those 2 or 3 things that I want to manifest. I feel like sometimes people are afraid to change their mind, especially if they voice their desires to friends and family. And then they might think like, oh, I told all these people that I wanted to do this, but now I've changed my mind. And now am I going to let them down? Or are they going to think that I'm flaky? And honestly, if you're really following your gut and you're not running away from it just because you're scared, because sometimes we do that. Sometimes we're like, we're getting close to a goal, and as soon as we're going to get there and it's becoming really real, we get so scared that we self-sabotage, we run away, we tell ourselves that this is just not for me, this is too scary, it doesn't feel good. And like I've said before, your nervous system will tell you that there's change happening, and sometimes that feels like there's danger because it's going outside of your comfort zone. That's when you need to learn to regulate your nervous system and learn to figure out how to raise your vibration and just calm and be in the moment so that you can get past those tough moments, so that your body can identify that this change is a good change for you and not a dangerous zone for you to run away from. So you have to get past that scary part. With that said, if you're auditing your life and you're thinking, okay, no, I am genuinely changing this desire because it doesn't align with me anymore, not because I'm scared and because I'm running away from it, then perfect. Okay, so then we're going to take that one out and then we're going to audit and figure out what we want to put back in. Because you have to remember, the version of you who made that vision board at the beginning of the year was doing the best that she could with what she had. Now, if you've been doing the work, if you've been doing the shadow work, the journaling, the prompts, whatever it is, not everybody's healing looks the same. Not everybody's healing looks like meditation and journaling and crystals. Sometimes it just means creating healthy habits, slow and steady, saying no to things that you don't want to do, saying no to things that don't align with you, putting those boundaries with people that have hurt you and standing by them. So whatever your healing journey looks like, if you've been putting in the work, you're bound to be a different person by now. We're past that mid-year mark. So by now, if you've been putting in the work, you're becoming that girly, okay? You are evolving, you are growing, you are gonna come out of your cocoon very soon. So let's reframe our focus, right? So like I said, if you've been doing the work, if you've been growing and evolving, pivoting is not failure, it's progress. So enjoy it, baby. Even though it's scary, you got this. And let me be 100% raw and honest. I have been doing this myself because this season of change in my life has been so difficult because I have wanted to fall back into old patterns. And when things feel really overwhelming, especially being in the public eye where you're literally putting yourself out there, your emotions and your thoughts and your most authentic self, it's super overwhelming. So I have had to really sit back and practice what I preach. I've been doing all the things. I've been journaling. I've been taking slow mornings. I've been meditating. I've been really telling myself and putting myself in a safe space whenever another phase of change happens. And let me tell you, there's so much going on just with my mindset evolving and changing and expanding my horizons and expanding what I am able to do. There's constant learning when you are constantly working on yourself. So I am doing this with you. I'm not just preaching at you. I am giving you the tools that are helping me as well, and that helps out my clients and that my coaches have given me. So I promise you, I'm doing this with you, and we're not going to be perfect. We're going to have those days where we don't want to get out of bed, and maybe it just takes us a little bit longer, and maybe our calendar day wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, you still got up, you still did the thing that you needed to do, and you're still allowed to be proud of yourself for pushing through. Even if it's one task that was really hard that day, you pushed through. Even if it was like, I still went on that walk, even though I was so upset I didn't want to get out of bed, that is still a win. So I want you to celebrate all of the little things that you're able to get through when you're going through a big area of change, especially if you're going through a really tough time, maybe with your health or with a family member or something else in your life that is not your normal situation. And it's really hard for you to stay on track or have a routine or anything. Celebrate the little wins. Be kind to yourself. Allow to just have some slow moments and take deep breaths and cheer yourself on, because if you're not cheering yourself on, if you're not being kind to yourself, if you're not saying, it's okay, you're safe, I got you, we're going to be okay. If you're not saying that to yourself, who's going to say it for you? Many of us do have a support system. I'm very lucky to have family and friends that I'm very close to, but at the end of the day, the person that is going to keep showing up for you is yourself. So if you're kind of like in between and you're like, well, I don't know if I should change my vision board. I don't know if it's still good. I still kind of like the idea that I have up there. Well, let's do a little audit. Look at your goals and what you have on your vision board and think about it. Is there anything on there that no longer excites you? I mean, that is a huge sign that you're like, well, that's just kind of like cool. It would be really cool to have, but it's not one of my must-haves for this year. Another one is if you're forcing yourself to chase something, but it feels off. Like if you look at it and you're like, that would be great to have, my family would be really happy, it would just be really great to have, but it feels off, like it feels unattainable, or like there's some sort of blockage or something that's just not feeling right. Be honest with yourself, because it's all about energy. You have to be in the right energy to attract the desires that you want. So think about what you're putting on there and make sure that it's still aligning for you and your values and not for other people. Another sign that there may be something on your vision board that you need to change is if you've healed past patterns that influence certain goals. So, for instance, it could have something to do with relationships and how you're attracting a partner. You may have healed some of those areas in your life, and how you're going to be showing up in a relationship. Maybe how you're manifesting that relationship changes. So maybe being more clear and showing up as a new version of you with the new boundaries. Maybe adding some new words to your vision board that supports that new healing that you've done. That would be really wonderful. Another one is if you've recently discovered a new passion and you really want to attract more of that in. The person that you were at the beginning of the year clearly is not the person that you are now. I'm sure you've been working on things, you've discovered new things. So if there's something new that you want to add, let's add it. Like, let's make life a little bit more exciting. And last but not least, if your priorities have shifted. So if your focus at the beginning of the year was set on certain things, and as time has evolved, your priorities have shifted, that's totally okay. You may just be redirecting that area of focus because your values have shifted. So take a moment and really analyze what your current values are and what are the areas of focus that you want to focus on. Also, if you guys want a little clarity, I do have a free PDF workbook that I will attach at the bottom of the show notes. It is really great. It's something that I do with my clients just to gain clarity and awareness, and it's really amazing. And it's totally free. You just click on it, download it, and then do it at your own pace. And if you have any questions, you can always DM me and we can start the chat. All right, so now that we've looked at our vision board and we have taken out the things that no longer align, let's curate a new vision board that will align with our current values and goals. Are you guys ready? So let's start with auditing your current values and goals. I would suggest getting a little piece of paper and just writing down what are the top 3 things that you want to work on this year. It may be your finances, it may be your love life, it may be your career, it may be more fun, more travel, it may be a new car, whatever it is. Maybe it's new friends. I don't know. But whatever it is, just write things down so you have clarity. That way you can compare and contrast what you have on paper versus what you have on your vision board. Another thing that you could try if you're a journaling type of girly, and I've said this before, I have a love and hate relationship with journaling. I kind of hate doing it when I think about it, but when I do it, I can literally write for hours. So if you're like me, and sometimes you just need to write things out to get a little bit more clarity. So you could do a little journaling prompt where you just write down who that version of you that has all of your desires is. What does she do? How does she think? How does she act? How does she show up? That is a great way to figure out what some of these desires that you want to put on your vision board are. And the rest, I'm sure you choose images, words, affirmations, anything that supports this current version of who you are. Make it fun, make it a ritual, get a snack, light a candle, put some music on, get in that energy. You have to be in a good environment, good energy to set all of these intentions so that you're pouring it with love and good vibration. Okay, this is a bonus tip. How cool would it be to refresh your vision board during like a moon cycle or like a birthday month or something like that, right? I feel like for my birthday, I usually do some journaling and I write myself a letter, and I always look forward to reading the letter the next year. It's actually really exciting just to see how much you've changed. And I'm a Virgo, so I like to see change. So I have like that reminder in the back of my head. I'm like, oh, what did I say for my letter? Like, I really want to make sure that I get that shit done, Anyways. Also, here's a little reminder for you. Just because you're changing your vision doesn't mean you failed the first one. It just means you're brave enough to get clear on what you truly want and what truly lights you up. So be proud of yourself. So even if you end up not changing a lot of your vision board, if you're like, I'm good with what I have, I'm fine, or even if you changed it a little bit, or if you changed it a lot, here's a little homework for you guys. Why don't we all do a mid-year check-in? Who was that person that created that vision board at the beginning of the year? And who is that person now? And if you redo your vision board, if you create a ritual, or if you do a mid-year review, I would love for you to document it. If you post it, please tag me. I would love to see you. And I'm actually going to do that this week. So I will be posting it on my Instagram, and I hope that you do too. I also want to remind you that I do have that free workbook. It's super helpful to get some clarity on where you are and where you want to be. It will be at the bottom of the show notes. It is also on my bio in my Instagram. Send me a DM. Let's start the conversation. If you want a little extra support and get a little extra clarity, send me a DM. We can book a get to know me call and we can start the conversation. And thank you so much for joining me on Main Character Manifesto. It truly means the world to me to see you guys listening and to see you guys rating and reviewing. I truly, truly appreciate it. If this episode sparked something in you, share it with a friend, tag me, repost, And if you have a few extra minutes, rate and review. It really means the world to me, and it helps other people find the show and become the main character of their own life. And until next time, keep showing up. The world needs your story. Bye.